So, right now I'm going to show you how I created my animation. I named it The Rage, which I guess you'll find out why if you watched it. So, up here on my timeline, first of all, I made a door using... Most of this I used the line tool and the oval tool for because I'm terrible at drawing. And, right here is just like a frame by frame of the door opening. And farther down the line, right here, the green ones are the bone tool, which is his legs, actually. And I had him taking a step. And at the same time, the blue ones are motion tweens, which is if you select something and convert it into a symbol, you can make it move or turn or something like that. And right here, I realized that where he's walking, he was going to walk straight like into the couch instead of in front of it. So instead, I did a frame by frame of him jumping. I just made a new keyframe each time and drew in another position the guy was in. And right here is another motion tween. I just had it come down and kind of like swirl down. And here is the TV. I just had it fall. And that right there is just, you just add text to a keyframe and that can show up. For most of it, like up here, I did use mainly frame by frames. I found it easier than anything else. For the fire effect, I did the same thing. I just drew fire and then I deleted it and made a new keyframe. Alright, made a new keyframe, deleted it, and then redrew it in a different position. So it looked like it was actually flaming. A little ash is falling, and him jumping again. And throwing the TV. For the sound, actually, I was going to use Flash, but I couldn't really figure it out that well. So I decided it was a lot easier, but I decided to go ahead and do it in iMovie. So I exported my Flash into a video, and I added music and sound effects to it in iMovie. And for the most of the sound effects, I got them off a website called Sound Bible, which I can pull it up right here, actually. Which you can go in and you just search something and you can download any of thing, really. There's a lot of different sounds. I just found a few. And for the song, the one that everyone probably laughed at, I don't know why, the one where it sounds like extremely angry and it's basically just a screamo song, I found that on YouTube. Downloaded it off there. So, for the most part, it was easy to learn because of the tutorials I had, which was... I have those somewhere too, actually. My tutorials, I had 2 for bone tools and 1 for the motion tween. They were really helpful because the bone tool, it took me a really long time to figure out how that worked. And the motion tween wasn't really that hard. It was it's actually pretty simple. But yeah. Another thing about Flash is it's really fun to use, and you can make some really amazing things on it, but it is really, really time consuming. Well, if you do what I did, at least. If you use... yeah. It's really much easier to use the tools than actually drawing stuff, though, so that made it a little bit easier. But if you do frame by frames like I did, it's going to be really time consuming